Do you feel like there's just needs to be a bit more understanding that it's normal that maybe your performance today isn't going to match your performance tomorrow, or maybe just in general, people accidentally overdo it sometimes because they think that their body should be able to constantly hit new numbers and hit new PRs?
I think it's a bit of both, right? You can't deny the physiology, right? Like go try and, do any physical task, like let's just say like a heavy deadlift and don't sleep well, right? The next week and try and do it again, right? And do the same thing and don't eat well or don't hydrate well. So there's definitely a physiological aspect to anything performance that you have to do, but there is a psychological aspect too. So it is not really one or the other. It's always both. It kind of goes back to like the motivation discipline side. It's like, hey, you got to enjoy the thing. You got to be motivated to step in the gym some of the time, but then you got to go in the gym when you're not motivated too. So, um, in terms of the mindset side and physiological side, exactly like, I think there's two sides to that coin and they both matter. So it depends on the athlete, right? I've worked with clients that are very heavy on the psychological side, right? Typically in a negative way, right? Those people tend to be in their fields and like you said, they'll almost feel guilty for not performing well, things like that. And then, you kind of have that conversation around like, where's that coming from? So, I'm not a therapist, right? So when we start talking about childhood trauma, I'm like, oh, Jesus. But it's real. I tell them like, hey, everyone's got a past, everyone has a boss, right? Everyone has coworkers, everyone has neighbors, everyone has family. Um, Everyone has a television and the news is on, and probably there's a lot of things that people are consuming to affect their mood and put them in a situation where you're like, oh man, something's going on today. Like you're not your normal self. You love deadlifts and doesn't seem like today's the day. And then it's like, oh, my boss and I got into it. So, um, it's one of the other fun parts about training with us is that we're people. We get to be people together, and so building that community and being able to say like, my boss is a dick. Here's what happened helps, right? De-escalate that emotion and kind of help people walk through it and talk through it. So that way now they can get focused and you'll see that in sessions where people say that. And then boom, now they end up having a great workout to finish it where they came in, they were dragging, they weren't feeling good. So yeah, I've done it a long enough time to kind of see again, it's rarely one or the other. It tends to always be a mix of the two. So I'm a big proponent, obviously, of can you do the things when you don't feel good? Can you get into the gym, and lift 10 pounds less maybe the day that you're a boss and you got into it? And that's better than probably not showing up at all. And your physiologically, your body's going to adapt. And mentally, I think there's something to that too, to build that resilience. For me, it tends to be that mindset that we talk about of shifting from, hey, worrying about the outcome, what's the weight on the bar versus just doing the best you can that day and focusing more on that process. Um, really driving your focus on, okay, like the steps that I'm taking. So
I feel like whenever I was in a pissy mood, I always took it out on the row.
I would start to think, okay, cool, let's get some things we can get in to take out all our frustrations for sure. But I thought you were very good at that. That was another thing where I find high performers do a good job of funneling their emotions into maybe a productive way or positive way we can say it. Because there were definitely sometimes like, whoa, what? Hey, what did you do today? How'd you deadlift this much weight? You don't want to know.